Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Miami Heat potentially signing Goran Dragic in free agency. As I know, the Miami Heat are still in the NBA Finals and still are their season's still alive. NBA Finals Game 2 is tonight. Heat are down 1-0, and I think it's going to be a really interesting Game 2 in the NBA Finals. But a day or two ago, Goran Dragic, veteran, has had some his best NBA years have came from when he was in Miami. The stretch he had for like 3 seasons of averaging, I think he averaged in 2016-17 with the Heat, averaged 20 points per game. Then the next season in 2017-18 averaged 17 points per game. Then the next year, 2018-19, averaged 13.5 points per game, then 16 points per game, and then 13 points per game, all being with the Heat. Then he was a part of the sign and trade for Kyle Lowry. So that was where Goran Dragic was. That's where Goran Dragic was let go by the Miami Heat. But he had a really good stretch in Miami for he was with Miami. He joined Miami in the 2014-15 season, and that year he averaged 16.6 points per game in 2014, then 2014-2015, and then 2015-16 averaged 14 points per game, then 20 points per game, 17, 13, 16, 13 in all of his years in Miami. But ever since he's left Miami, his play has gone down. His minutes have gone down. How he does has gone down. I mean, the next year he played in Toronto. He didn't even play Toronto. He didn't play for Toronto. He didn't even play the full year with Toronto. Played with Brooklyn and Toronto in that season. With Toronto, he averaged 8 points per game with Toronto. Yeah. With Toronto, he averaged 8 points per game, and with Brooklyn, he averaged 7.3. Then this year, he played for Chicago and Milwaukee, and his play went down again because he averaged 6.4 with the Chicago Bulls and then 5.6 with the Bucks. But at the same time, he's not playing that much either. Ever since he left, if you look at his good years with Miami, in like 2016, 2017, he was playing 33 minutes per game, 31, 27, 28, 26, 23 during those seasons. But ever since he's left the Miami Heat, his minutes have consistently are going down. In his first year in his year with Toronto in 21, he only played 5 games in Toronto. So the Toronto did not keep him that long, but in 21-22. But he played 18 minutes per game with Toronto. Brooklyn played actually quite a bit, played 25 minutes per game. But this year, he did not play that much. I mean, played 51 games with Chicago, but only got 15 minutes per game. And with Milwaukee, only played 7 times and only played 12 minutes per game. So his minutes have gone down a lot ever since he left the Miami Heat. But I think that this is not this. If the Miami Heat were to reunite with Goran Dragic, because Goran Dragic did say that this is where he wants to finish his career. Goran Dragic said the other day that Goran Dragic wants to finish his career in Miami. He wants to sign with Miami this offseason. I definitely think the Heat should go for it in that case. I think the only thing is, what would he be doing for the Miami Heat? I really see him. I see him being maybe like the Udonis Haslem replacement, like the new player coach, I guess, for the Miami Heat. I'm kind of joking. I'm a little joking, but at the same time, with how deep the Heat rotation is, I don't see, even if some players leave in free agency this year for the Heat. Even with how deep their rotation is, I don't know if I see him playing a lot. But this is where he wants to finish his career, because this is where Miami was, where he played his best basketball at. But Pat Riley, he's the type of guy. If Dragic is serious on returning to Miami, he'll sign Dragic to a cheap deal to get him to finish his career in Miami. He's 37 years old. I think for Dragic, I think in my opinion, it is either go to the Miami Heat or probably retire. I think it's those two options for Dragic. He's 37. He's consistently going down in his playing time and his usage and how good he is at basketball. I mean, he's still a solid player, but he's not what he was before at 37 years old. And I think for him, it's probably going to be either return to the Heat, playing my last season here, even though if I'm not playing that much, or it's retire and turn off the lights, and that's it for my career. So if I'm the Heat, I definitely go for it just because of, look how good he was for you from 2014 to 2020, and you want him this is Pat Riley's the type of guy that will get him to go there just because of, that's how Dragic wants to finish off his career, and I definitely think it would be the right move for the Miami Heat. But first, I think the Miami Heat have to the Heat have to finish the finals first, and then we will see what happens. But definitely think that is a candidate for the Miami Heat to sign Goran Dragic, just because Goran Dragic says he wants to finish his career there, and Pat Riley loves all of his players, and I think Pat Riley will probably try to get it done, even if Goran Dragic is not going to be playing that much. We'll see what happens though. Let me know your thoughts, and that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace out.